Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Don K. Preston. I'm the president of Preterist Research Institute of Ardmore, Oklahoma. This is what I call my morning musings. This is going to be our last installment in our study of the Messianic Temple. I've shared with you that, there's just ongoing, constant predictions that the so-called Messianic Temple, the last days temple, is about to be rebuilt in Jerusalem. I've been looking at YouTube this morning, and just headline after headline after headline telling us that the Jerusalem temple is just on the point of being built. And it's just so sad about no one seems to learn from the continual, perpetual, failed prophecies. I got to share here with you. In 2009, a website was dedicated, Tribulation 2009, in which they predicted the Great Tribulation would begin in 2009. Well, guess what? Website's been removed. I wonder why. Because their prediction, their prophecy, their calculations proved wrong. I had an email exchange with a gentleman. He was very gracious, very nice, but he sent me an email in 2012 giving me a prophetic timeline. And he gave 4 predictions, or a prediction of 4 events. And he said the 4 events listed below will take place in the following order and conclude by sunset in Jerusalem on September the 4th, 2013. Well, I won't take the time to share, but it included the temple element. That was September the 4th, 2013. Well, here we are, 2015. It did not happen. This man was gracious enough when I responded to him and pointed out the error of his prediction. He said, yes, I'm devastated. You're right. There's something wrong. I haven't heard from him again. Then, in December of last year, I received another email that tells me that this year, by 2017, that the church will be raptured, will have the physical second coming of Christ, and the millennial reign of Christ as King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And he says, this is scientifically verifiable. Folks, I've shared with you, this is installment number 40. I've shared with you how the Old Testament writers foretold the Messianic Temple, the Messianic Kingdom, and how the New Testament writers tell us over and over. The Old Testament writers did not fully understand what it was they were predicting or when it would be fulfilled, but they, the New Testament writers, had been given the Holy Spirit to interpret those Old Testament prophecies. Go back, find my YouTube series on biblical interpretation, biblical hermeneutics. Listen and watch very carefully. What this means is when the New Testament writers, through the inspiration of the Holy Spirit, tell us, they even quote verbatim the Old Testament prophecies concerning the Messianic Temple, and they say to the Church of Jesus Christ in the first century, you are what was predicted. Do we honestly have a choice here? It is a choice here between our presuppositional, preconceived ideas or accepting the final and the definitive authority of the apostles of Jesus Christ, who tell us that their only hope, their eschatological hope, their hope of the kingdom, their hope of the temple, their hope of the coming of the Lord, was taken from the law, from Moses, the law, and the prophets, and they tell us Jesus himself was the living chief cornerstone of the Messianic Temple. Well, look, if Jesus is the chief cornerstone of the Messianic Temple, that tells us the Messianic Temple was never intended to be a literal physical building. We have seen that the Old Covenant Temple was typological, a foreshadowing of the real, the better, and the true Messianic Temple. And Jesus serves as high priest now, forever, in that true temple. You see, the Old Covenant Temple foreshadowed the time in which God could dwell with us, in our hearts and in our lives. Not in some geocentric venue to where we point and say, oh, see, that's where God lives. No. He dwells in us. He dwells in the corporate body of the church. And as we live and dwell in the corporate body of the church, He dwells in us. Isn't that far, far better than any building? No matter how magnificent it might be, no matter how beautiful it might be. When Isaiah said, or God said through Isaiah, heaven is my throne, earth is my footstool, where's the house you'll build me? There is no physical, literal temple that's going to be rebuilt in your future and mine. You know what saddens me? As I look at these, I see that they've been viewed 200,000 times, 100,000 times. Folks, help me get this message out. Help me get the message that I illustrate in this book, Like Father, Like Son, on Clouds of Glory, in which I discuss the typological foreshadowing nature of the Old Covenant Temple and the beauty and the glory and the fulfillment of those Old Covenant types, the fulfillment in the body of Jesus Christ. Go to my website, eschatology.org, BibleProphecy.com. Order the book, Like Father, Like Son, on Clouds of Glory. Say that you saw the offer on YouTube or Facebook. I'll refund your shipping. Help me get this message to the world. Share these videos. Like these videos. Let's get the message out that we don't want a future physical temple. We want to live in the reality that the tabernacle of God has come down, and the tabernacle of God is with us. Thanks for joining me for this morning's Morning Musings. We'll see you on the flip side.